Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 with our realistic series. Now it's working. There, right. It's the front pump that you've got to use, and you actually have to unhitch this trailer in order to be able to do it because it's basically because it's the same control button, that's all. So it's nothing particularly rocket science-y or anything like that. So we did fully intend to come into here. This wasn't a wrong turn because we needed to just fill up with fuel before we went and made our delivery to the restaurant. Completely 100%. Whole thing was planned. Does everybody believe me? I'm really hoping so. Do I sound convincing? Let's go on round over here, and then we want to turn off this way. So we go on up this road, up top the hill here, and then it should be just on our left-hand side. There should be a restaurant that is eagerly awaiting its delivery of fresh red lettuce, 10,500 litres. I'm assuming that they have quite a lot of guests at their restaurant because we've got quite a lot of food for them. Excuse me, coming through. Yeah, I know you think that the zebra crossing gives you the right of way, but it doesn't because I'm bigger than you. That's how it works. Right, we'll drive you over there and make a fortune. I'll take these straps off now. Just leave it like that. The pallets at the back there aren't quite emptying out. There we go. Now they are. Alright, I said I was going to make a fortune. Apparently I haven't made a fortune, but I've made a little bit of money. Right, there we go. We got 8,135 euros for that lot, and then I've got the next lot that I need to go and do. Let me go back round here. Totally didn't knock down a street sign. It's a figment of your imagination. What's up this way? Is this going back to my place? Is this a shortcut? Should I have come along this way first? Many, many mysteries. This is all my land here. I should have gone this way. It would have been quicker. Yeah, but we needed to get that fuel, didn't we? We completely and totally needed to get that fuel. It was absolutely essential. Critical to our survival, even. If I wanted to... Yeah, I'm going to have to come back down this way and then go through. So the other vehicle is finished. We've now done all of our planting, but I want to get this one back and then load up those melons. Although what I'm going to have to do is I'll pull the melons out of the greenhouses, and then we will... need to get the lorry and put them on the lorry trailer so that we can take them all in one go over to the distribution centre. I'm also just bringing this one back before I go and do the other stuff. But I have learned my lesson from our other vehicle, and I'm going to empty this one out here. And the reason I'm going to empty it out is because I want to use the fertilizer for spreading on the fields. So those two are just going to be dropped there. And then what I'm hoping to be able to do is pick up the seed and put it back in here. So I'm just going to open it up like that. And then I'm going to grab the seed. See, I didn't actually want to empty it out first. So I think that I'm still kind of being realistic with this. There. Right. I've dropped the seed into there. The fertilizer I'm going to leave here. You know what I really like about this strength mod is if you try to pick the bag up at the top, you can't actually do it because you need to have the correct equipment, but you can pick it up by the base and do it. So I'm just going to bring this down over here, and I'm going to stick it there on the racking, and then we can use that with our fertilizer spreader next month when we need to load it up. It's probably not going to be enough, though. We will probably have to buy a bit more. But at least I have been able to get things done there. And I've been able to save the fertilizer. I really want to know where that other bag has gone. Like, the seed, I don't care. It was 25 litres of seed. Like, it's nothing that there's... It's completely nothing. 25 litres of seed is not going to make any difference to anything. But the fertilizer was half a bag. So we got 500,000... not 500,000. 500 litres of fertilizer was in there, which is actually a fairly useful thing to have. So we've cleaned that one off. I'll do the front weight in a second. just going to find a shed to put this one away in. We had a shed over here somewhere that we put it in previously, but I'm thinking that we'll go and put it... Actually, you know what? No, let's stick it in this shed right here. So this one's going to go in here. And that can live right there. That's that bit done, and then I'll just finish doing the cleaning. It was already... We already had to do the cleaning. This is fuel here, isn't it? Diesel, yes, right. Except I don't have any diesel. We'll have to buy some in. So I'm just going to park you there a minute. It's empty at the moment. Now, is this... I don't think this is one way you can actually go and buy it. I think you've got to... Let's have a look. We interact. Yeah, you can't just buy it in from here. You've actually got to go and get it from elsewhere and bring it back to the farm in order to be able to use it, which is... Yeah, it's alright. I would prefer one where we could just say that it's being delivered in a quantity. So we might have to change something around there. Anyway, this one here, these melons are 1,000 litres per crate, which is really good. It makes it a lot easier. If this lot is 1,000 litres per crate, I'm not going to need to change... They are. That's good. That means I should be able to get all of the melons loaded onto this single trailer. And then we can go straight down. We don't need to change things over with the lorry that we've got over there, because that is now done. So I've got 11,000 litres of each type of melon. I'm just going to run these down to the distribution centre and sell them. And that's a nice little bit of cash that we've got, which will hopefully allow us to hire the sugar beet harvester and or the forager that we're going to need for doing our 2 harvests. We got a whole load of sugar beet that we need to do, because we accidentally planted this field with sugar beet. And we've also got the corn that we need to turn into silage in the big field over there, and take that over to the biogas plant. Once we start on that, like, we'll be able to make a whole load of money out of that silage. There's a huge amount of money there waiting for us. It's just that we can't actually use it yet. Now, which one's the distribution centre? Can't ever remember now. It's one of these. I think this is the distribution centre in here. Pretty sure it is. We've been in here before. And let's go along here. That's the potato one, and this is the Centro... Oops. Okay. I'm maybe driving a little bit badly right now. A tiny bit. That's the one that I want. Yep. So we go in round here, and we don't have to worry about the gates closing behind us or anything like that, which means we can just drive straight over the sale spot right here. I'll take all the straps off so that the melons will drop down properly. And look at the money rolling in. This is fantastic. A whole lot gone there. 30,000 euros now. We've got 12,000 euros for selling all of those. So we don't get great quantities of money from our melons, but they're not... It's not too bad either. Yeah, it'd be good if we could buy a little bit more. But we kind of need to save as much money as possible now, because leasing the equipment that we're going to need for doing the harvest is actually fairly expensive. So that's kind of got to be our focus now, is to make sure we've got enough money for being able to do our harvest. Something else we're going to need, because we've got to make sure we've got enough money to do our harvest, but we're also going to need to get something to cut the sugar beet, because the... one of the main reasons we want sugar beet is to make cut sugar beet for the protein feed. So we've got to be able to build not only the protein feed mixer thingy-majiggy, but we've also got to be able to build the other one as well, which is the sugar beet chopper. And those both cost money. They both cost money. It's difficult to say that. You wouldn't have thought it'd be that tricky to just come out with that sentence, would you? So let me just take a quick look a second. They're 40 grand a piece, these different machines that we're going to need. we've already got a seed master and we've got a Fertimaster installed on the farm. So we've got those two, we just need to get the ingredients. We need manure for the Fertimaster and also the digestate. The other one, we need to buy in some slurry, and then we need to provide it with barley so that we can have the dressed seed. We've got the compost master, although I'm not quite sure what we want to use the compost for. Or is that for the greenhouses? I'll have a look at that in a sec. Forage master, that would be for the cows, although we're not going to need that because the cows have got a robot feeder down there if we do start working on the cows. The pig food master, we've got potatoes already, and then we'll want sunflowers and corn and stuff to make pig food if, when we go for pigs. But it's this cut master that we're going to want. Put in the sugar beet and the water, and we get cut sugar beet out, and then that will allow us to feed this one with the barley and the cut sugar beet, and we've got water. We have to go and buy that oil there, and then that will give us the protein feed that we can give to our animals, which will then allow them to be able to breed. So it's quite an important aspect. We do need to do that. We've got that's a grass dryer there. It's the greenhouses I wanted to look at a second. We've got melon greenhouse. Wait, is that the right ones? No, it's these here, the La Coronella ones. We've got that one there. Oh, see, I was wondering if the compost would be able to come into here, but no, compost doesn't go into that one. So I don't know where the compost is used, unless it's something in the orchards. What have we got here? No. It would seem that compost is just a thing for selling. We take it to Fertiliser, whatever that is, and we can sell compost. If you can sell it in August or September, we get an absolute fortune for it, which is really, really good. Wait, is that 95? Is this seriously 1,100 up there and then 95 at the lowest point? That is a major fluctuation. But also, if that's right, compost gets us a fortune. That is definitely worth it. Yeah, okay, so I'm not really sure what happens with compost. I think they may also be something to do with the olive and pistachio and other trees that we can buy. But we'll have to deal with that a bit later on. Anyway, it's April the 1st. I slowed time down just to finish up the jobs that we were doing. There isn't really a lot else that we want to do right now. Let's get some sleep. Vehicle leasing costs was 104 euros. And there's not a lot of other expenses, other than a bit of loan, I think. What is our loan? Oh, no, we don't have any loan. Maybe we could take out a loan. If we're desperate, I mean, to be honest, I don't remember if I've specifically said we can't have a loan or not. But I figure that if we're desperate and when it comes to harvest, then we could very well just take out a loan, and then that'll make it a little bit easier. So there isn't anything that we need to do today. We've got nothing that we need to top up. The chickens are absolutely fine, and the ones over here, like the pallet wood factory, there's nothing that I need to worry about there. I've got planks and stuff over here, but if I was going to cut down some more trees, I'd want them for pallets. So I'm not really wanting to get into forestry on this one, and the greenhouses themselves are doing absolutely fine as well. So let's get a little bit of shut-eye, and we'll wait until May. So now that it's May, we have got crops just starting to come through, which means, well, we also need to go and put some water into the greenhouses. The 3 greenhouses are starting to run low on water, and as water doesn't cost us anything, we can just keep those topped up. So if I do decide to move the greenhouses round, it's not going to do anything different. What we could do with is buying fuel, because we need fuel for some of our vehicles. However, I'm thinking I might just drive this one down and get fuel that way. Because right now I don't really want to spend the money. Although I've still got the melons and stuff coming out, so I could always just use that. But no, what the main thing that we need to do this month is, well, the only thing that we need to do this month is some fertilizer spreading. So we've got these fields over here. We've got growth, soil composition. So we've got no weeds in any of our fields. That's absolutely fine. But what we do have is we need to put fertilizer on field 24 and also on field 36. There's only 2 fields that we need to do, but it is quite important that we do get them done. And let's go to this next one and top this up. And yes, I definitely want to move the greenhouses a little bit further apart. So that one at that end, I want to move it up a bit. This one at this end, I want to move it down that way a little tiny bit. I can still get round them, I think, if I do that. I'm not quite sure yet. But I'm going to move them, in which case it's going to end up costing me a bit of money. So, yeah, I'm probably going to have to leave that for a little while yet. Let's bring you up here. And load you back up again. And then while that one's loading up, I've got the fertilizer. Well, actually, what fertilizer spinners have I got? Yeah. It's that one there. That's the fertilizer spreader that I've got. That one, because that one does lime as well. So I'm going to need to just move you out of the way. I'll leave the manure in there. That can just stay in there. And this one will go up here like this. See, I'm saying that I should leave the manure in here, but I'm kind of thinking that maybe I shouldn't. Kind of thinking that maybe I should just tip it out into a greenhouse and be done with it, because I want to be saving my money at the moment. I don't want to be spending it out on anything new. Although, actually, if I'm going to move the greenhouses at all, it's going to be the one at this end and the one at the other end. So the one in the middle, I could go and tip this into it without any trouble. That one can go in there. Right. That's all gone in there. That's no problem. And then this greenhouse, if this one comes up that way a little bit, that would be good. It's just, yeah, it's the cost of it. That's what I don't want. This lorry here. Right, well, the lorry, I'm going to go and put this over here in the farm somewhere. The place that we've got our lorry trailers is up here. So we could take this one up here as well. It's not the easiest one to get in and out of here, but I mean, we can do it. We can go into that store at the moment, it's empty, which makes it a lot easier, and then this one can just park in there. I'm going to need to go on a little short trip soon and get myself a bit more manure. We've run out, and we're going to need it. And we don't have any animals providing it for us yet. Let's swing that around a bit more. And back you in there. Right, you can stop there for now, and then you've filled up, so you can go over here. And then while that one's emptying out, we can get the tractor over there hooked onto the fertilizer spinner, and we'll go and fill up the fertilizer spinner on thingy, the bag of fertilizer. We got that one bag of fertilizer. We're going to need to get more than that. So let me just unhitch that trailer there. I'm going to have to buy more, and I will buy the expensive stuff to represent the cost of organic fertilizer. I'm going to stick with that. So I do think that maybe we're going to have to give up on no loan, and I think that we're going to end up having to take out a bit of a loan in order to be able to get through this year. I don't think we're going to make it otherwise, because we're just not going to have enough money to be able to do the harvesting. I don't know. We might have enough money to do the harvesting. Let's just bring you over here and load that in there. 6% is all we've got. It's this field here that we need to spread on, and I'm kind of thinking that This is one thing that I don't like doing in this game at all. I don't like spreading fertilizer on a field that has got a growth stage already happened, because you can't see where you've been. Can't see anything. So I'm just going to do once around the edge, and then I'm going to have to trust that the hired help is going to be able to do the rest of it, because if it can't, I definitely can't. I can't see where it's going, which does make life a little bit difficult. I mean, the corn field is probably going to be easier, and sugar beet would be easy, except we don't need to do that one. It's just this one here, and because it's got some pretty solid ground cover, it does make life a little bit more awkward for us. And, yeah, looking at the speed that fertilizer is dropping down, I don't think that we're going to be able to do the whole field with one load. But I might get all the way round on our first trip round. We could do that bit at least. And then we'll drive down to the shop. We will buy some more. I don't need to get fuel for this one. And that's going to be about it, I think. That's all we need to do. We drive to the shop, we buy a bit more fertilizer for this one, and then drive back up again, and the hired help can carry on. I mean, if I do the outside round on here, then we go to the shop, and we get the fertilizer. I'll get probably 2,000 litres of fertilizer. And then we can... Alright, let's call it 3,000 because of the speed that it's using this up. Yeah. And we will go and do the big field, the one with the corn in it. We'll go and get that field done. So I'll go once around the outside, then I can leave the hired help carrying on with that field. And once that one's done, then we can come back over here and we can set the hired help going on this one just to finish this field off as well. And that should be everything covered in fertilizer, everything weeded, everything's planted. So then our next jobs is literally we just wait and we start harvesting. Harvesting is then going to be kind of our big thing for quite some time to come now. So we're going to be doing lots and lots and lots of harvesting. Now, where exactly did I start? I think I'd already started here. So let me just stop there and have a look. Right, we've done once round. So if I go back this way, kind of like this, and here somewhere. Yeah, I know I'm doing a lot of overlap. I just wanted to use up a little bit of the fertilizer on a short run right there. Seemed like a good idea. That leaves me with 8 litres of fertilizer, and okay, it was a bit of an untidy job there. But it's fine. We'll be able to get the hired help working on that. So next stop, I need to head to the shop and buy some more. Shop is currently closed. And yes, I did go around that corner a wee bit fast. It's fine. Why do you drive up right behind us and then park? Seriously. Well, what's the point in doing that? Just utterly pointless. And now I started hoofing it down with rain. So I'm going to go fast time until it stops raining, which is... Let's have a look. If we go here, it'll stop raining at around 1 o'clock. Okay, let me just slow that down again. And then I'm going to go into here. And I'm going to go into buildings, tools. There. Right, it's 4,200 for that weather forecast station. There's other weather forecast stations, I think. I know there is one that's quite a lot cheaper. You've got this one, the John Deere one, which is 10 grand, which seems a little bit daft. That one's 5 grand, it's still more expensive. This one here, I like this one, it's 1,500. That's a bit more like it. We're going to take that one up here. And there's our farm. You know, this farm doesn't have a lawn. It's very unusual. Most farms have got some sort of lawn. Farmers, they always have a lawn. They never actually look after it. It looks absolutely awful every time. But they always have a lawn. So they've just got a really bad, unkempt piece of grass. Right, that was 1,500. I've gone and planted that one, so now we can use it, and we go in here, and we can see the forecast all the way up until tomorrow morning. So tomorrow is going to be fine. we need to fast forward time till about 2 o'clock. Well, I'll do that in a second. Put it on to 30 times speed, I think. And I need to go and find, I think it was under big bags, the expensive fertilizer that I used. Yeah, it was one of these. Is this? I think it was this one here that I used, but it's 500, 1,000 per 500, so it'd actually end up with 2,000 per 1,000 litres instead of the 1,800 that the normal stuff is. So that's 1,000 litres. That's 2. That's 3. And that's 4. So we're going to get 4,000 litres. No, we're not. We're going to get 3,000 litres. Bye. There. Right. Because 3,000 would definitely be enough to do this field up here, I think. But also, it'd give me an idea of how much I'm going to need for the other field as well. And I don't want to get too much of this stuff because it's expensive. And I'd rather grow my own. Make my own. Well, technically we're growing it because we're growing it in the field right there, and then we're going to go and use it. So let's fill up another one, and another one, and the rain should stop in about an hour. It's 1 o'clock now, and that one goes there. Right. 1340, 1350, and now the rain should be stopping. Excellent. Right, let's slow that down. I'll go to, like, the 5 times speed. And then I will run up here. We've now got a fence around this field, which should make it a bit easier for us so that we don't drive off the edge. I'm going to do once around the field myself, like I did in the other one. Okay, that actually spreads out a lot further. I was doing it sort of about there, but it goes a lot wider than I thought it did. So I could have gone further out on the other field, but it does also mean that the hired help is going to get round the field a bit quicker. So the 3,000 litres we've got may end up being enough. And that is once around the field. Let's just bring that back round there. And done. So now I can go back up. So I've used 1,000 litres to get once around the outside edge of the field. Probably going to use most of the rest of the 2,000 litres that are remaining to finish the field off with the hired help. It's there that I want to go. But they don't have, like, a very wide area that they've got to cover. Like, there's not a lot of ground that they've got to cover. I'm not entirely sure he's even going to be able to do it. Because, like, quite why you're stopping there without actually doing anything at all, I'm not really sure. It's like they want to be fired. Like, seriously. It's like they just want to be fired. I couldn't possibly comment. I couldn't possibly. Let me try the hired help in here again. Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.